What if the killer who terrorized a quiet British street in 1967 was still alive today, thinking he'd gotten away with it forever? This is the chilling true story of Britain's longest-running cold case, a brutal crime that haunted a family for 58 years, until one forgotten piece of evidence brought justice from beyond the grave. June 28, 1967, Easton, Bristol. The summer evening air hangs heavy over rows of terraced houses on Britannia Road. Windows are open to catch any breeze. Most residents are winding down for the night. But inside one modest home, 75-year-old widow Louisa Dunn, a petite, kind-hearted woman who'd endured loss and hardship her whole life, is fighting for hers. In a horrifying attack, she's raped and strangled. Her body is found the next morning by a neighbor, alarmed that Louisa's daily newspapers lay untouched on the doorstep. The investigation explodes into action, one of the largest Bristol had ever seen. Detectives collect palm prints from 19,000 men in the area. They knock on 8,000 doors, take over 2,000 statements. Clothing from the scene is carefully bagged and stored, but every lead fizzles. The killer vanishes like a ghost. The case goes cold. Decades pass. Louisa's granddaughter, Mary Dayton, grows up carrying the shadow of this unsolved tragedy. And the evidence? It sits forgotten in dusty storage boxes, waiting. But here's the mid-story twist that no one saw coming. In 2023, detectives reopen the file. They pull out those archived boxes and zero in on one item, a simple blue skirt worn by Louisa that fateful night. In 2024, it's sent to a modern lab for advanced DNA testing. Scientists extract a full profile from traces left by the attacker. They run it through the national database and get a hit. The match? Ryland Headley, a 92-year-old man living quietly hundreds of miles away in Ipswich. And it turns out, this wasn't his first crime. Back in the 1970s, he'd been convicted of raping two other elderly women in terrifyingly similar attacks. A partial palm print from Louisa's window seals it. It's him. November 2024, police arrest the frail 92-year-old. He denies everything. But in June 2025, at Bristol Crown Court, the jury doesn't buy it. The DNA odds? 1,000,000,000 to 1. Guilty on both rape and murder. The judge delivers the final blow. Life imprisonment. You will never be released, he says. You will die in prison. Detective Inspector Dave Marchant calls Headley a man who left a legacy of misery and pain. For Mary Dayton, the resolution is bittersweet. She finally feels connected to the grandmother she never truly knew. This landmark case, the UK's longest cold case ever solved, proves that time doesn't erase evidence, and justice, no matter how delayed, can still arrive. But police are now reviewing Headley's past for links to other unsolved attacks. How many more secrets could that database unlock? What do you think? Does this give hope for every cold case family out there? Or is it a rare miracle? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're hooked on stories where DNA finally catches the uncatchable, subscribe for more.